Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome. This is a Let's Play Clash of Clans episode. So, we're here with something pretty special. We're here with Town Hall 8. So I have just acquired Town Hall 8, which means I have reached Season 5 of my Let's Play. So if you're brand new to Let's Play, that's just fine. In the previous 4 seasons, we have gone through a whole lot of content. We started way down as a lowly Town Hall 4, just 3 days into the game, and I have done episodes for pretty much most of the things I've done in game, pretty much everything, going all the way up. So I've done base builds, and I've done attacks, and I've done lots of strategy-oriented stuff. So if you're brand new, welcome. Hope you guys enjoy. Now, starting off with Town Hall 8, we've got a bunch of interesting new things here. Mostly we've got a bunch of new unlocks. So let me talk about briefly the situation that we're in right now, and that's a really good situation. So first off, when you reach a new Town Hall level, ideally you're going to have 3 free workers, or however many you have. So if you have 2 workers, have both of them free. If you have 4 workers or 5 workers, have all of them free if possible, or have them finishing up as soon as possible. Why is this? This is because we have a whole lot of new constructions. As you can see in the bottom right, we have 64 new buildings of various sorts. So a bunch of them are going to be walls, but we're going to have all sorts of defenses as well, which are going to want to be built as soon as possible. So that's awesome. Now, what else do we want to have? Well, if you look in the top right, we've got 1 million gold and nearly 2 million elixir. So you want to have as many resources as possible as well. You don't need to max out or anything specifically, but you want to have enough to start all your initial constructions right away. So let's go ahead and get started with that, and then we can go on and talk about some attacking. So 64 new things. We've got 3 in the resources category, 1 in the army category, and 60 in the defenses category. Let's check the army category first. And that is a Dark Barracks. Awesome. So that's a second Dark Barracks. We're not going to be doing that right away. Got another storage in here, both gold and elixir. And we have a Dark Elixir Drill. Dark Elixir Drill is something I want to definitely think about doing right away. Perhaps not exactly the first. In here, we've got a new Archer Tower and 50 new walls, new air defense, spring traps, wizard tower, bombs, giant bomb, and Tesla. Wow, that is a whole lot in here. So we're going to be focusing the defensive category first. Because it's nice and short, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Archer Tower. Only 15 minutes means that our worker is not going to be tied up for very long. And let's see some other short ones I can potentially do. I like to go by length, so I can get as many done as fast as possible. Not because it's important to get it up, but because I know I'm going to be online for the next hour or 2, so I might as well start the short ones and get them upgrading quickly. So Wizard Tower is 12 hours, air defense is like 5 or 6, Tesla's 2 days. Oh man, that's slow. Dang, let's see. Let's go see how long that elixir drill is. I think it's 1 day. Yeah, it's 1 day. You know, I think I'm going to do elixir drill for one of them. Why is this? So, elixir drill is pretty important in that it lets you start gathering dark elixir just on a slow, steady pace, much more consistently than raiding, which really relies on you being the right trophy count as well as your luck for finding the right base. And then, of course, having the skill and a bit more luck to actually take the dark elixir. So it's a great way just to slowly build up your dark elixir and reach those milestones a bit easier, or at least get within range of reaching those milestones a bit easier. Let's go look at least one other thing to build. So I'll keep one worker to keep working on those defenses, and I can also use that worker to work on these walls as well. But we don't need that for now. Air defense? The thing is, I'm not too concerned about being attacked by air defense. So while it is pretty cheap and only 5 hours, I think I'm going to go with the Wizard Tower, because Wizard Towers are just a lot better and going to be a lot more relevant in most attacks. Air defense is only against air, Wizard Tower is against both air and ground, and it's generally a lot better because it does splash damage. So those 3 right there, getting them started. So one of them's only going to be 15 minutes out, so I need to go consider what I want to do immediately after this. Now, there is another option, of course, and that's not to build the new things, but to upgrade my current existing things. So absolutely everything out here could be upgraded. From my clan castle, could have been upgraded. I actually spent some of the gold. Actually, no, I didn't have that much gold, but if I had more gold, I could have done that. Cannons, archer towers, all could be upgraded. Air defenses could be upgraded. Mortars could be upgraded, and wizard towers all could be upgraded, as well as Teslas and other things as well. So why would I not want to do these instead? Well, if you think about it, you want to have as many defenses as possible, and even if this archer tower is only going to be level 1 when it finishes, it provides a lot more health to slow down enemies, and as well as doing a little bit of damage. Not much by comparison to these level, I think they are 8 archer towers. No, not indeed. But it will slow down giants and distract them, as well as just generally help out with our defense. However, this does not mean you should rush to new Town Hall level just to unlock the defenses. By doing so, you would be making all of your other defenses be very weak by comparison. Now, this does lead me to a good point. Now, say we're like 10 minutes down the line and we get some of these defenses unlocked, so like the first Archer Tower is unlocked. Do I want to start redesigning my base? Well, no, not really. I think I'm going to leave this layout for another day or two until my defenses are really actually up, and maybe even longer than that, until they're actually well upgraded, because there's really no point in completely redoing my defense to rely on my new defenses, which will be underleveled and not very powerful. Alright, let's talk about some other things before we go on the attack. Now, the last thing I do want to mention is certainly important to me that I want to upgrade soon, and that is the lab. So this takes 1 million elixir just to hair over 1,080,000, and takes 4 days. But this is absolutely important because look at all these things which say you can't upgrade them until level, what is that, 6, I think? It's really hard to read on this phone. But we can't upgrade all these things until level 6, so the critical ones, archers, are definitely going to be my favorite. I want to do archers as soon as possible. Other than that, barbarians, goblins, and giants are pretty equal. Healers are also one of my favorite ones, however, with the new air defense, I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. We'll be able to see about that. And spells, we'll get a new one, but I probably won't do those right away either. So the lab is something I definitely want to work on right away, and I'm probably going to send this worker off on it after it's done, maybe 2 or 3 Archer Tower levels, and once I have the appropriate amount of elixir for it. So yes, there's that as well. Now, I might also consider blowing all of my gold on walls or something, because I do have a good amount of it, and while I did spend some chunks on this and the Wizard Tower and just the Wizard Tower, I guess. A teeny bit went to the Archer Tower. I really still have a good amount left. I started with about 1 million, and we're only at 840,000, so still got a good bit. Might throw it on walls. Might save some of it for the next level of Wizard Tower. Who knows? We'll see. But you know what? For now, let's queue up an army and then go on the attack, so I can keep getting more resources and have more options to spend them. So this is my current army composition. I've got a pretty infantry-focused army, and this is focusing on raiding. So the way I replace this is I queue up 3 giants in in each of these 3 barracks, and then the 4th one I do all archers, and behind them I queue up either barbarians or archers. This way I will always have an army that's training and completing. These troops will start training immediately, but they won't complete. You see that there's a 2-minute countdown on these giants? Well, that means that these as soon as I start deploying guys in a battle, these guys will start finishing up. I won't be able to use them right away, but it speeds up the amount of time between when I can attack. So that's definitely a good benefit of queuing up guys ahead of time. Now, there's that. Now, say we wanted to get to our next goal. So always got to keep our goals in mind when we're raiding. So my next goal is to have enough elixir to do this lab. So that's going to take 120,000 more elixir approximately. So I want to be sure to get that much. I'm not too concerned, however, about getting that. That's not very much, and elixir is not quite as hard to get as gold generally, but I just want to keep it in the back of my mind. The other thing is I want to be able to get enough to replace my army as well, so ideally if I can get like 140,000, that would both let me retrain my army as well as have enough to start that upgrade right away. I don't think we'll be able to get in one attack necessarily, but maybe we will. We'll see. So we're going on the offensive right now. I do have some spells. I have 1 of each spell, not including the jump spell, which I don't have unlocked because it is only Town Hall 9. Here's a base with some good amounts. Something you want to be aware of, so this is a Town Hall 7 right here. We have a Town Hall 8 now, which means we are taking a resource penalty for attacking this guy. However, look, this guy's defenses, they're not very good. Imagine that if we were still a Town Hall 7, our defenses were much more upgraded than this guy's, which made our base more powerful. But now that we've upgraded, we are taking a loot penalty when we attack him. You can't see exactly how much this is, but it's calculated behind the scenes. This is something you want to be aware of. Lots of Town Hall 7s in here. Might mean that I want to increase my trophy count, and I think I do want to do that. I was sort of planning on doing that before, and I was sort of working my way in that direction. Why did I skip that base? Well, it was 112,000 elixir, so I'd hope to find more, as well as if it had a bit more gold. Gold is great because it's really easy to spend. You can always throw it into walls or something like that. So, yeah, I always like to get gold because it's a lot easier to spend. However, if I decide to attack because it's an easy attack and I can pick off, like, say, 40,000 elixir just without expending more than 20 guys, that's definitely an option too. So I'm going to keep an eye out on how the bases are laid out, not just precisely the total resource count. It is not all coming down to the resource count. That base I was considering raiding. It had some stuff on the outside, but didn't have enough resources in them to make it worthwhile. Town Hall 8 here, but terrible resource count, so they probably just were online and spent all of it. Sad, because they're nice level 10 elixir collectors and level 11 gold mines. Ah well. But if they don't have the total resources, there's pretty much no point in spending. If I had 3-starred him, I would barely get any profit whatsoever. Town Hall 6 with some nice resources, but we're going to be taking a huge penalty, which is why there's only 70,000 gold available. Still might be worth it in some situations, but in this one, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's move on to the next one and see what they have in store for us. Alright, another Town Hall 7. Got some resources. You can see from the animation in these elixir collectors, they do have some resources in them. But the fact that these are empty and these ones are slightly full shows that there's not very much. So you can sort of look at the approximations to determine that. If I did want to attack this base, one nice thing is that there's several elixir collectors. All of them are grouped up over here. Then all the gold mines are grouped up over here, which would make it easy to raid. So let's go ahead and keep on looking. Low resource count once again. Oh man, right there. That's a good one. 200,000 of both. Is this a Town Hall 9 or Town Hall 8? Where's your Town Hall? Town Hall 8. So they're giving away the Town Hall and trying to protect this. Ooh, this is hard. I'm not sure my units are going to be able to get into the center here. This is a fairly well upgraded. The mortars are not incredibly high, but they're not bad either. I think I'd attack from the bottom side down here, bottom right perhaps, so I can get into both of the mortars at once. Although I could attack from the top right and try to take out the air defenses so I could use minions to get in. Maybe right side is better. First, we are going to attack this, by the way. So first I'm going to just start some guys attacking that, so we'll be able to get a bit of resources as well as work on him. Next, let's get rid of the Barbarian King. So fortunately, we can attack out here and take on this all these things. We want to spread out both infantry and barbarians to take them out. Barbarians are slightly better at soaking up damage, so we want to use that. But then the archers, keeping them spread out is good. Giants are really terrible for attacking, or in clan castle, it's sort of defending, I guess. I'm not going to attack from down there, so I'm going to leave those guys to die and just work on random buildings. We're going to attack from up here. I want to decide the best way to do it. So I think I'm going to spread out all my giants right away. And I'm going to use my Barbarian King and my Clan Castle guys as part of this. I'm using wall breakers to go in right now. Try to bust in as much as possible. And then I'm going to send in all the infantry. So start with some archers. Let's drop the Clan Castle sooner rather than later so it's easier to use. Giants are mostly dying. That's alright. I wanted the wall breakers to survive. Maybe I shouldn't have used quite so many giants and should have saved some for now. Always want to be considering how you can do it better. Because there's always opportunities for improvement. Always opportunities for improvement. As soon as these guys are going down, we can consider attacking with some of the goblins and the minions. Do get some archers working in there. I wish I had a couple more wall breakers to help break into the center. I only had 8, so I had to use them to double tap walls. So there was that. I'm going to go send in all the goblins together to hopefully bust through these walls. If they don't work, well, oh well. Hopefully they don't get hit by a mortar like they just did. Can't really do much about it if they do, though. Just want to get as many resources as possible, and I think this is going to do a pretty good job on that count, if not amazing. Okay, we've got more than half the gold, so that's good. Elixir, we aren't quite halfway, so that's not as good. Now, one thing we can do now is, because all these storages are grouped up, there is this sort of sneaky, sort of annoying, sort of cheap way of trying to get more resources, and that's to just drop a lightning spell on it. So I'm going to do that because all these guys are grouped up, so I'll be able to splash them all up. So that right there got another 18,000 gold and about 22,000 elixir, I think, as well as some uncounted amount of dark elixir I wasn't really paying that much attention to. So that's going to be that. I maybe should have had more wall breakers. Maybe I should have used them a bit more effectively. Maybe should have used my giants a bit slower. Overall, I'm not completely upset with how my attack went, and I feel like I certainly made a good profit. It could have gone better, but overall, it wasn't terrible. So take that and head on home. And let's go see how how our replacement troops are doing, and plan for the future. So the archer might be relatively soon. Yes, it's only 2 minutes out. So we can both queue up some troops to replace the army, so we can attack again in the near future, as well as we can then, as well as we can start this worker upgrading in just a second. And then we can look at the leagues. Alright, so I'm going to cut this out so you guys don't need to bother watching me train, but I'll be back in just a second, guys. See you soon. Alright guys, welcome back. So I just trained my army and I want to show you something real quick. Although first, perhaps we can send my worker off to do this project as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. 30 minutes? Go right ahead. So what I did was I queued up my army, but I didn't just sort of just make the units. I queued them up and then I balanced them between each. So in this barracks, we've got 12 minutes, 9 seconds left. This one, 12 minutes, 17 seconds. This one, 12 minutes, 22 seconds. And this one, 12 minutes, 26 seconds. All of those are within about a 20-second gap, which means they're all going to finish up within about 20 seconds of one another, which is absolutely great because that means we can attack as soon as possible. If one of them was 20 minutes out and all the others were 10 minutes out, then we'd have to wait 20 minutes for the troops to finish so we can attack. So just a little tip right there. You want to make sure your barracks are balanced if you plan on attacking soon. Alright, so let's look at a couple other things. League system. So we got placed in a league. We are in Silver 1, relatively low in the trophy count, especially for Town Hall 8 right now. So might consider moving that up. Not necessarily for these bonuses that we get each time we win, but just so that we can get some better resources from attacking higher level bases, like that last one that we saw. So even if we aren't 3-starring them, they do have more resources available, and more potential for resources. So if I had pulled my attack off a little bit better, not only would we have gotten more, it would have been a bigger win, because if we had 3-starred any of those other Town Hall 7 bases that we saw, none of them had more than about 100,000 resources, so we got about the same amount from them. But if we had 3-starred that Town Hall 8, or done even a teeny bit more damage, we would have stolen a whole lot more resources. So there's the potential for a lot more raiding. Alright, to look at this, we are relatively high in the trophy count, so we only need to get to 1399 or just above in order to be promoted. So that's relatively close, so that's awesome. You can see that we don't have any wins listed because we were not placed in a league yet, but you can use that to track our league. One thing I want to do is replace my spell, because I did use a lightning spell as you saw. Only 30 minutes to keep shortening that upgrade time, which is awesome. I think even high level players like that, especially the top players, because they don't have to gem them quite as much. But for me, we just wait it out. I do intentionally not spend gems, because I know that the majority of you guys, if you do spend gems, you're probably only spending them on workers. I don't want to give advice on like how to spend, get resources and stuff, and then turn around and spend gems to get all my resources. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to give advice like that, so I don't spend gems intentionally. My 3 workers are completely legit. My 856 gems on the right side is completely legit. Actually, let's see if we have any natural decorations around here. I normally do a pretty good job of removing them. Okay, we got 1 right now. Keep removing these guys. They give gems, 0 to 3 gems potentially. It's a random number, which means actually they spawn every 8 hours, and there's a maximum of 40. It means you want to keep removing them, and if you remove every single one every month, you get an average of about 135 free gems every month, which is pretty awesome. It's a lot higher than I was expecting. Now, we did use our Clan Castle guys, so I want to request those. We want to see if anyone else needs Clan Castle troops, so we'll donate to them. None of them currently do, so I'll skip that for now. Now, the last thing is we do have an achievement unlocked, so I will go ahead and collect this, 100 experience and 20 gems. So another way to get gems, although not quite as reliable, given that these are not repeatable. And this is for Town Hall 8. Oh, thanks for the archers. So, 20 gems, and so we're actually getting relatively close to our 4th worker. Let me pull this up. It's 1,000 gems. So that's 125 gems away right now, 124. That's looking pretty good. Alright, before I sign off, I do want to leave you guys with one last tip. So this tip is pretty powerful. So, when our troops finish up right here, you can see right here, it says 200 to 200. That means that as soon as these guys finish up, we are going to be absolutely maxed out in supply. So, what do we want to take advantage of that? So we could queue up our next army, and that's definitely a possibility. But a side effect of that is it takes those resources and stores them away in those units and doesn't let anyone use them. So if you look here, this takes just over 1 million resources, if you've forgotten, to upgrade my lab. Now I've got I'm about 120,000 elixir short of that right now. I got about 40,000. I guess I didn't count the 80,000 before. So there's that. Now, if I wanted to build up these resources, if I wanted to not get these resources stolen, if I logged out right now, I don't have a shield, what can I do in order to make sure that these don't get stolen? Well, let me let these guys finish for 1 second, and then I'll come back and show you guys this pretty awesome tip. Alright guys, welcome back. Just let those troops finish up so I can do the full power of this demonstration. So, as you can see from my armor camps, they show as full, and if you come back to these barracks, they are completely empty. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is queue up as many wall breakers as I possibly can. So it's 27 for that one. The number is based on the how high of a level the barracks is, so they won't be all the same. So I didn't check that last one. This one's going to be the same though at 25. So the first one got 2 more then. This one should be 25 as well. So you saw that I was at 9.6 or so. 960,000 elixir. Well, check it on the top right now. 722,000 elixir. So that's right. I just stored for free 240,000 elixir, and that means that's completely unstealable. And these guys, the best part about them is they won't finish because these army camps are full. So they'll just start training and then they'll stop. And at any single time that I want that elixir back, I can just go ahead and cancel all of them out. I'll just do this one for now. And you can see it's up to 777,000 on the top right. So in this way, you can store and hide your elixir with no problem. That's all. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I just wanted to show you that quick tip. Really useful, and I'm going to be able to use it right now for the next 15 minutes while I log off and wait for this worker to be done. And then I'll probably steal a little bit more to get this lab upgrade finished. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Had a lot of tips in this video. If you want to continue watching, please do consider subscribing. I'm putting out Clash of Clans videos, both for my Let's Play, strategy guides, and subscriber-based reviews and other episodes, other types of Clash of Clans videos every single day that I possibly can. I've been doing pretty good at doing that lately. So you know what, guys? If you want more of that content, please do subscribe. And if you guys are already a subscriber, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your ongoing support. Please do like and comment on this video to show your support. This is episode 1 of season 5, so we are here with season 5. Hip hip hooray, we are finally here. It's gonna be a great time, guys. I've been looking forward to Town Hall 8 for a long time, so this is gonna be awesome. Hope you guys are excited as I am. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.